Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and he's Dax O'Ryan. Say hi, Dax.
Hello.
Dude, it is nice to have you back. How have you been?
I thought it was getting better. It's not. But yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm kicking, and I'm going to go see the new Spider-Man movie tomorrow.
Good luck with that. John Migda, thank you so much for the donation before we even got started here. I do appreciate it. Dax.
Yes.
I realized something today. People who watch this show, they are ahead of the curve. And let me explain what that means. Last week, we talked about new changes coming to YouTube. New changes that were announced in I forget what article it was, but they come from some muckety muck over there at the YouTubes saying, yes, we're looking into creators talking about each other. And we were like, oh, well, this sounds like it's going to be a fuck ton of fun.
Ominous as ever.
And so we talked about that. And I wake up today, man, and I see a lot of people on YouTube are just blowing up going, oh my God, they're changing things. I was like, oh, we're like Miss Cleo up in this bitch. If you listen to us, you'll be more informed than if you listen to most other people. I'm just throwing that out there.
See, there you go. Come to us if you want the up and coming.
If you want to know the skinny, as the kids call it, who's the new guy with Monkey?
Ouch. I mean, it's fair. I've been gone a while.
It is. And how's the whole work thing going?
They're working on getting rid of some of the more ridiculous elements of people lying and doing something stupid. For instance, the guy who does the closes when I'm not there, he decided he was going to close the shop up a half hour early on a game night when the game didn't let out till late. So we should have been getting tons of business, and he shut down early.
Nice.
Yeah, he's probably in a lot of trouble. The owner, he actually showed up. That's why he's in a lot of trouble.
Wow. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. What a dumbass. But yeah.
Good Lord. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. I do miss working. I realize that because I do miss the people interaction and stuff. But not having to deal with dumbasses, it makes it a lot easier in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I couldn't see myself not working, but I could do without the dumbass.
Ryan says, damn it, Monkey, why must I choose between MIT AM and Rakita's coverage of the depositions? I
because
know.
Rakita's probably going to leave them up there longer, and you can always rewatch it where we don't know if we have to delete our stuff at a moment's notice.
That's true, first of all. But second, I'm fairly certain we were in this time zone, at least before Rakita became a huge thing.
That is true.
Yeah. And I'm happy for him. I'm not dissing the man. I enjoy his streams now and then when I get to catch him, but I was watching just before I came over here. And what's her name? Monica Rial,
yeah.
What a dummy.
She's a cunt, like a massive cunt.
So here's the part that I was watching. She's accused Vic Mingina, what's his name? Mignogna of sexually assaulting her, basically. And she says what happened is they went into his hotel room to watch a video of some stuff he made. Oh, fuck. And in the process of the video, he reached over and kissed her. And that because when she was 15, she was raped, and, quote, it didn't turn out well for me. What she said, I fought back, and that, quote, did not work out well for me. That again, quote, I just went along with it.
Methinks you sound like regret. If true at all. So
let's theoretically say it's true. Let's theoretically say that she went up to his hotel room And even though she didn't want it, he started kissing on her. And she just went along with it. Where's he supposed to know that she doesn't want this?
I think it was the way she was breathing that should have told him.
I was breathing heavy. My breasts were heaving. He should have known.
I mean, I arched my back, but only because I had a spasm.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I haven't followed a lot of this. So, like, I didn't know her name. I've heard it before, but I didn't know who she was. And, whew, Vic, man, raise your standards a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he was drinking.
That nobody likes, but everyone pretends they do.
But she says something else. And Nick picked up on all of this, guys. I'm not pretending that I'm like way smarter than him. I picked it up, but as he stopped and he points it out too. So this is not one of those I'm ahead of the curve thing. This was, if anything, like-minded people. But she says, I am sitting there looking at the door while this assault is going on. And she says, trying to think of how I can save this friendship. With the dude who's trying to rape you?
Uh-huh.
What?
Is that literally where your brain would go if you were being raped?
No.
It's like, how do I save this? I'm just so... I mean, I wish you'd go a little bit to the left. I mean, it's just a great friendship. Shut up.
Right. I tickle a little further down. And then she says that some dude came in, I forget his name, and she hid his face or her face from him because she has a very pale face, and you can see anything that she's doing. You mean like dick sucking lips? Because I mean, no, you could tell something was happening with me. And then she says that they were getting ready to leave, and he asked her, "Is there anything wrong?" And she said, "No," and they went to dinner. That's as much as I caught of this bullshit story.
Yeah.
But just with the part I did catch, utter bullshit. Going back to the beginning of it, he started kissing on me, and I didn't do anything to stop it. Well, that's not his fault. If that's true, if that is absolutely true, then he did nothing wrong. You should have went, sorry, I'm not interested, or anything like that.
Any indicator other than silence.
Yeah, any indicator other than heavy breathing with the heaving breasts. I'm sorry, ladies, you can't blame a guy who keeps going when you don't tell him to stop. That's, I mean, he shouldn't be sticking that there. Oh boy, this sure gonna make our friendship awkward. Weird thought process. Right. I was just looking at the door, trying to figure out how to save our friendship. What the fuck are you? What are you on? Does
Something
anybody press 1 in chat if you're a moron and believe that story? And yes, if you press 1, then you're a moron. Because that story is fucking dumb. That story is the kind of stupid shit that somebody's like, okay, how can I make this sound like rape? Thank you, Assassin, who said I shilled the show. I appreciate it. There's a couple of ones. Hey, I'm saying, sounds like a jilted ex. Sounds like a crazy bitch. That's what it sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to look at the door to figure out how I could remain friends with my new rapist. The actual fuck.
Even if any of this stuff was true, she would have known about it for 10 plus years and did nothing about it.
Yeah. Because this was, 11 years ago, according to the story?
Something of that nature, yeah.
He kissed me 11 years ago. Oh, man. It's, like I said, I have not been following all of this. So I really have no real dog in the fight. From everything I've heard, it's sounding like he's getting railroaded. And then listening to this, I'm like, oh yeah, this is bullshit. I don't know if any of the other stuff is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we in the business call nonsense. When we're trying not to swear on the YouTubes. Yeah, because oh man, I don't know what else was said in her deposition, and I'm not going to go back and watch it. I know there's people who are watching every word of this, and more power to you. But seriously, I don't need to hear anymore to know that her story is nonsense. It's crap. It's garbage.
As most of them are. I even read one recently, like I wish I had it up on here right away, but somebody said that they had met up with him and she was wearing something, fairly revealing. It was a cute cosplay thing, and he did something inappropriate, but he wasn't even at the event. He was 1,200 miles away.
Yeah, the more I hear about it, the more it sounds like they're just trying to railroad the guy. And again, I'm not saying he's never done anything wrong. I don't know. But in this case, I mean, how the fuck do you, with a serious, straight face, tell somebody that you were sexually assaulted and they go, did you tell the guy to stop? No, I didn't want to give him any indication that he should.
I can understand the apprehension of not wanting to do it if you know you're going to work with them again. But at the same time, your only thought during all this is you can't say, hey, I just want to stay friends to the guy. I mean, what?
Yeah, you had that thought in your head, but you wouldn't say it out loud.
Because I was raped before as a kid. I don't believe that. That would have made you more likely to like freak out or start shaking or something that would have given him an indicator. You're just saying you didn't say anything, you just let it happen.
There's a great part in this where I was watching that reminded me of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez earlier this week. When last week, I guess, the end of last week, where she was testifying before Congress. And she was so desperately trying to cry. This chick, what's her name? Monica Real, whatever. She was so desperately trying to cry as she told this story. She kept reaching down and like she was trying to pat her eyes, but it was more like she was trying to see if the tears had come yet.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And
she's full of it. I don't believe her.
It's nonsense. Her story, the story, at least the portion I heard, absolute utter garbage. Let's see what's going on here.
I agree with Ryan. I thought that might say, real liar.
Yeah. So the squad. Do you know what the squad is, Dax?
Not really. No. Enlighten me, please.
The squad is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Tlaib Rashid, and I forget. I don't know the other one's name, but her last name's Presley. Donald Trump came out and said something really stupid yesterday. Really stupid. That everybody on Twitter, well, not everybody, but a good portion of them, are saying is racist. It's racist. If you tell somebody to go back to their country, it's racist. Not exactly what he said. But what he did say is that, you know what? Let me pull up the tweet. Oh, I typed his name in wrong. That's not how you spell it.
Genius.
I know. I hate when I do stupid shit.
I don't. It entertains me.
Eh.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not.
You shouldn't be. Come on. It's yesterday. Where is it when everybody freaked out? It's right down here, right? Nope. He didn't delete it, did he?
Oh, please. I hope not.
Oh, no. Here it is. No, that's not the one. That's where he was defending Pelosi. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find it. If anybody has it ready and available, shoot it to me.
Thank you, Assassin. I thought I was the only one here. It's like a squad is 9 men, 2 fire teams, 1 squad leader. Yep, absolutely right. They're stealing military slang.
No, this is high school slang, is what it is.
The squad. Yeah, it's the squad, not the squad. It's a squad.
Well, I've been saying squad because
Yeah.
I imagine that's how they say it because they're kind of retarded.
I mean, we heard them talk. It has to be.
Fuck, I can't find it. I want to read it in its beautiful glory so that I don't get it wrong. Da-da-da. We had a little bit of a disagreement about it tonight on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And well, he says congresswomen in his statement. Well, shit, is it gone? What's today?
Today is the 16th, technically.
So it should have been on the 14th, right?
If it was by regular definition yesterday, then yes.
Oh, so 13th. I don't know. I can't find the damn thing. Anyway, what he said is basically that if you don't like the country and the way it is, maybe you should go back to your home country and fix it, and then come back here and tell us how to fix our country.
Agreed.
But what he said was that certain congresswomen, and he actually said women instead of a certain congresswoman. And people are like, oh, he's talking about the squad. And he wasn't talking about the squad. He was talking about Ilhan Omar. And you can tell that because there's a certain line he said in here when he said, if that country has a functioning government at all. And like, who could he be talking about? And everybody's like, 3 of them came from the United States. I'm like, yeah, that's not who he's talking about. And there's other clues. There's other clues like the fact that what's his name? Bow tie wearer. He doesn't wear them anymore. Tucker Carlson has been on Ilhan Omar for this very thing for more than a week now. And
he doesn't wear the bow tie anymore?
No. He usually wears a normal tie now.
Lame.
I know, right? Go back to it. Yes, it looks stupid, but still.
It was your style. Own it.
Okay, so here it is. I don't have his tweet up. This is somebody copying and pasting it. So it's interesting to see progressive Democrat congresswomen who originally came from countries whose government are a complete and total catastrophe, the worst and most corrupt, inept anywhere in the world, now loudly, they whoever did this, they cut out the other part because there's a part there, if they have a working government at all, now loudly and viciously telling the people of the United States, the greatest and most powerful nation on the earth, how the government should be run. Please note, oh, sorry, this is somebody, I can't find the original. That's not the original. Least professional monkey on the internet. Anyhow, he wasn't talking to the squad. He was talking to Ilhan Omar. And he said Congresswomen. And I'm like, yes, he did. And if you want, I can pull up a list of Congresswomen from other countries. There are more than just Ilhan Omar, including the bitch who told us that you can't call them aliens because they're not extraterrestrials.
That's funny.
Yeah. That stupid bitch, not from the United States. And she tells us that when she said that stupid fucking statement. But the majority of the world has decided Donald Trump is racist for this, because if you tell people to go back where they came from, that's what you're saying. Now, he didn't tell her to go back where she came from. He told her, you should go back where you came from, fix that, and then you can come here and tell us. He was talking to all of them, but singled out Omar. No, he wasn't. He was specifically talking about Omar. None of the other ones are from a different country. None of the other ones are going around bashing everything about the United States. They're bashing a few things about it, but she's the one bashing everything, which, by the way, is the talking point Tucker Carlson has been using for the last week. That she is bashing all of it, even though she should be kissing our asses for saving her from that shithole country she would have grown up in if we hadn't have stepped in. Anyhow, so yes, the squad has fired back. The squad fires back.
So dare you say they're a firing squad?
Yes, they are a firing squad. You know the best part about the squad is these are 4 women, and it's not going to take long for them to turn on each other.
I can't wait. They already turned on Pelosi, so that's going to be even better.
Yeah, and this is where Trump did make a huge mistake. He should have left it alone, even if he wanted to say this. Should have left it alone and let the Democrats just beat each other up.
Yeah, they were burying themselves. He didn't have to lift a finger.
Yep, and that was absolutely a political mistake. He'd already, here's the squad for those of you who've never seen them together before. He did come out after AOC decided to take a swing at Nancy Pelosi and said, "How dare you call her?" I'm paraphrasing. "How dare you call her a racist?" And he should have left it at that. He should have just left it right there. Like, oh my God, the president came out to defend Nancy Pelosi. You got 2 sides to pick from there. Either fuck Nancy Pelosi because the president's supporting her, or she must be racist because the president's supporting her. Huh. That was perfect. That was, just leave it right there. But no. He had to go into this. And somebody, who was it? Somebody said they tweeted the original at me. Sorry, I know I saw it, and
it was Bubba Hoped Up.
Oh, here it is. So interesting to see progressive Democrat congresswomen who originally came from countries whose governments are a complete and total catastrophe, the worst and most corrupt and inept anywhere in the world, if they even have a functioning government at all. Ding, ding, ding. There's your hint. Now loudly and viciously telling the people of the United States, the greatest and most powerful nation on earth, how the government is to be run. Why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came? Then they can come back and show us how it's done. These places need your help badly. You can't leave fast enough. I'm sure Nancy Pelosi would be very happy to quickly work out free travel arrangements.
Pretty beautiful, actually.
Yeah, he probably should have just left it alone, though.
Should have left it alone, but it could have said much worse.
Yeah, we talked about this at length yesterday. But we'll get to the squad firing back in just a moment. Jack, how you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Pretty good.
Getting ready to read how the squad fired back.
Lovely.
This is the agenda of white nationalists, whether it's happening in chat rooms or happening on national TV. And now it's reached the White House garden, Omar said, of what she called Trump's blatant racist attack. I am not surprised by the president's actions, she said, and she said he's taken up against immigrants and to hurt the average American. She called Trump's comments about the 4 lawmakers a distraction. This president operates in complete bad faith, Ocasio-Cortez said. He does not know how to defend his policies, so instead he attacks us personally. That's what this is all about. We don't leave the things we love, and we love all the people in this country. Really? Even Trump? Omar called it a pivotal moment in our country, with Trump openly violating the oath he took with human rights abuses involving the conditions in which migrants are being detained at the border. Now, I don't want to read the rest of that stupid shit. I do want to read you something else.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna read some squad stuff.
Yes.
There's a long tweet from Miss Omar, and I'm gonna link it here if you guys want to read the whole thing. I'm gonna go down to the bottom. I'm gonna read the last one. It is time for us to stop allowing this president to make a mockery out of our Constitution. It's time for us to impeach this president. Now, what she's talking about there is the president saying that she specifically should get her ass over to Somalia and fix that if she wants to show us how it's done. That's it's not a breach of the Constitution, you silly bitch.
I don't think they've ever actually read that document.
You know what would be a breach? Punishing him based on the words he said. Specifically, Congress punishing him based on the words he said. God, these people, they're fucking retarded. Jack, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. When we're done here, I don't feel like we're doing a 4-hour stream today. But when we're done over here, yeah, my ass is going right into bed and going to sleep. Were you over there watching Nick Rakita?
Yeah, I had that on, but I was working on some videos too, and I had to finish a couple of things up before I could pop in.
Yeah, you've been a video bandit lately. Good for you.
Yeah, man, I got 72 more recorded ones that need to be finished. They're in various stages. I got them all recorded for the audio. I just got to get the videos the images cut.
Cool.
Oh, Becca has already sent us some stuff over on the MITAM hashtag. That is hashtag MITAM. No, I was curious because I watched just a little bit of Nick Rakita, and I know you follow this a lot closer than I have.
Yeah.
Help me out, Monica Real. That says Ryle. I don't care what they said.
She's all riled up, at least.
I listened to her talk about how Vic kissed her, and she didn't give him any indication that she didn't want it.
Yep.
And that was somehow bad.
Yeah, because see, he should have psychically known that because she said, "I just went along with it."
Yes, I just went along with it.
In that case, if a woman just goes along with you, putting advances on, and you're like, "Oh, I'm making progress here," no, you should stop automatically because women don't want your filthy penis in them. Even though they're like not objecting or saying no or get off me or how'd you get in this room, that sort of thing. Nope. You should just know.
Of course, again, this is assuming that's all true. I mean,
yeah, and the story has changed. I've heard at least 3 different versions of it.
Evolved Potato is getting real close to skirting the rules over there on the MITAM hashtag.
I thought that's exactly what we were looking for because it's exactly what I look for.
That is exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, I like I've told these people I don't follow that much, but I'm trying to imagine, right? Telling my wife, look, she grabbed my dick and just started sucking it. I had a bad experience when I was younger, so I just went along with it. It's not my fault.
I tripped and I fell and I landed inside her. I mean, I fell in a pothole once and I just never the same.
Look, she started sucking me. I just went along with it. I had nothing to do with it.
I didn't even know what was going on, hon. I swear. I was just laying there and be like, I wonder if our friendship will last through this.
Yeah, she actually said that. Like,
yes.
I want to preserve our friendship.
How can I preserve our friendship?
So good.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna get my dick sucked by somebody else and be like, honey, I just want to remain friends with her.
Like this whole thing has been so stupid that people are picking it up on like Crowder's show, like half quarter. What is it? I can't remember how to say his name right. Possibly it was the Quarter Black Garrett. Yeah, that's what it is. He had to do a stream with his brother to explain what's going on with it. His brother thought it was retarded. I'm like, what? It's like this whole thing is just so stupid. You don't have proof. You haven't had proof, and you're just trying to character assassinate the guy for what reason again? None.
Excuse me. The bad part is this isn't just with this. We've heard these same kind of tales with hashtag Me Too, pound Me Too.
Yeah, I love that. The irony is palpable.
The whole Aziz Ansari tale read like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like he put my hand on his dick, and I didn't want to be rude.
And
So
she even said, like, he asked at every stage, like, you cannot win with these people.
Yeah, exactly. And when she said no, then he backed off.
Yeah, which a good male feminist would do, except the rapey ones. I'm not talking
except
about
those
them.
rapey ones.
But
Martin says the new YouTube rules are so scary. Well, we haven't actually seen them yet. We have the new guidelines, which, according to YouTube, still fall under the old rules. We're getting new rules coming up sometime later this year.
They're trying so hard to destroy this platform.
Oh, they are. They want to make it into a network television.
Yeah, they want to be internet cable vision, and it's not going to work. It's a terrible idea.
Well, there's already enough of it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Friends was just announced. Friends is being pulled off YouTube. Sorry, Netflix. One of their second most popular show.
Aw.
Excuse me. Because Universal, I think it is going to start their own streaming platform.
Yeah, everybody's doing that, and
yeah,
you're spreading everybody too thin. You can't subscribe to all this shit.
Not for the prices they want.
No,
if it was $1, not a big deal. Fine, I throw $1 at 5 different stations that I like. Fine, cool, awesome. But they're going to want to, the $10 fees for everything, and it's not going to work.
10, hell, it's 15 to 20. Yeah. Danger says she was clearly not interested. She blew Aziz like 3 times. How could he not realize she wasn't into it? I know, man. He went down there and she allowed him to lick her puss. Now I didn't lick it. I wasn't there. I didn't feel it. But maybe it was moist enough that he's like, yeah, she's liking this. I don't know. That whole case. That's what I was when I was listening to this woman, Monica Ryle, whatever her name is, Rial. That I was very much reminded of the Aziz Ansari case, just because it's like, wait a minute. You went along with it.
Yep.
And somehow he's the bad guy.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's a filthy penis haver, so.
Good morning, Vanilla Bear.
That's why the more these depositions go on, the more it's obvious they're railroading the guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even subtle. It's not even like there's some grain of truth there. They're just making a bunch of shit up. Like, he ate a jelly bean and cracked a dad joke, and they count that as sexual harassment. It wasn't even like an overtly sexual dad joke.
Wait. Is this the same chick?
Yeah.
Because you guys, I've had trouble keeping up with the names, but it was Monica, right?
Yeah.
She wrote Monica on the jelly bean.
Yeah, and then he ate it and said, now I could say I ate Monica.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was it. Apparently, it might even be a reference to something that happened in Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, there's a character that can turn you into chocolate and get eaten.
Yeah.
Wait, did he voice Boo?
No, but they all were on Dragon Ball together. Everybody at that signing. So, yeah, it's just. So he might have been making a reference to a TV show. He might have been making just some pseudo-sexual dad joke, because it's not even that dirty. I've said dirtier shit than that to like teenagers. You tell a dirty joke. You tell a dirty joke. That's not a dirty joke. That's some pseudo-brash humor. It's not even really that blue. Because like,
even if it was a dirty joke, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. But they counted that as sexual harassment, and that's one of the things that she told the human resources lady. And that's one of the things that helped get him fired. And I cannot believe it, because her telling the story, I mean, she keeps evolving the stories too. And you can tell that the way she's looking away and looking up to the side, that she's thinking about it. I mean, if this really happened exactly the way you said it did, you'd be making eye contact with the person or looking down in shame. You won't be looking up.
Look,
people that are telling the truth don't tend to look up.
If she was telling the truth, she wouldn't tell me that the guy she thinks is raping her, she's staring at the door wondering how she can save their friendship.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're going to end up subpoenaing the guy that walked in the room, because she's told different versions of this. like this is a slightly different version than what her fiance testified to in his deposition, and it's different than the one she put on in that interview that she did with the IO9. So now they're going to have to subpoena that guy, and he's going to have a completely different take on it, and that's going to make her look completely non-credible.
What is this thing somebody sent me? Captain Tripper sent me something. Spin Quirk. Welcome to social government. How is it that Facebook refuses to dox any violent Antifa terrorists that use its platform are happy to give up the personal details of a Facebook user who anonymously uploaded a slowed video of Nancy Pelosi? Is this about what's his name? It's not Count Dankula. Carpe Donktum. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. Direct eye contact is also a sign of a liar, or forced direct eye contact. Yeah.
She wasn't making really that much eye contact with the interviewer, and it wasn't like the weirdo stare. It was just her, like, she would look around a lot, and that doesn't come off as very truthful.
She looked down a lot. And looking down, I mentioned this before you got on, Jack. She kept like touching her eye as though she'd been crying, but it came off more like she was trying to see if the tears had come out yet.
Yeah, because that mascara didn't run once.
There was no tears on her face, none.
And we all know how women can make themselves cry. Guys can do it too, but women are better at it. She was trying so hard to make herself cry right there. At least that was the impression I walked away with. But yeah, I don't believe her. She's either vastly embellishing it or the incidents didn't happen anywhere near what she said. Like, she's taking very innocuous things. Like, okay, maybe she went up to the dude's room and had some regret, but I'm not seeing this being an actual sexual assault thing. They're railroading this guy because they don't like him.
Well, somebody in the chat said earlier, women, please stop going up to men's hotel rooms. Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because you're going to have sex otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you go up to somebody's hotel room alone.
Why? Okay.
In the evening.
Why do we need to explain this to women? Women, I want to explain this to you, okay? If a guy invites you back to his hotel room, he wants to put his wiener in you. He doesn't want to Netflix and chill. He wants to fuck you. Now, that doesn't mean he gets to. But here's a great thing you can do to keep yourself safe. Don't go unless you want to fuck him. I don't know why this is, I would never put myself in that kind of situation, joking earlier, like, what if I had to tell my wife, oh, no, she was, I didn't want to ruin our friendship, so I let her suck it. You know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't go to a woman's hotel room.
Yeah, that's where sex happens.
Like, how about this? How about we hang out in the bar where everybody else is?
Yeah, so people could see us, and you're not going to accuse me of being Captain Bad Touch later.
Right. Yeah, I want to be Colonel Bad Touch. Goddamn.
Right? Or Brigadier General Bad Touch.
Rear Admiral.
That's for the gayers.
Yeah, well, I don't want it, but at least the title's there.
Yeah.
Johnny says, to the women, all your male friends want to fuck you. They've at least thought about it.
That's most likely the truth, because you're always going to be like, I wonder what she looks like naked. Anyway, you want to go play this game because I'm bored. That's it. We don't care beyond that. We're pretty simple people.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean we're going to molest you. It just means, I'd like to see you naked.
Yeah, I think she went up there with, the being at least open to the possibility of fooling around, or she used this situation to an advantage. Maybe he came onto her, but you did go up to his hotel room as two adults, and he probably got the impression you wanted to bang it out.
Especially when you didn't stop him.
Yeah.
Or in any way let him know you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, start screaming, fighting back, anything. She didn't do anything. She even admits she went along with it.
And
That does not help your case.
I just can't imagine being a grown-ass adult and saying that. I went along with it, but they're at fault. Blondie says, ladies, every guy friend wants to fuck you. Not necessarily wants to fuck you, but would at least entertain the possibility.
Sure. I mean, boredom can do a lot of strange things to you if you let it.
Yeah. And some girls are just filthy, disgusting hoes, so you don't want to touch them.
Those are the ones you really want to bang.
No, because they got the herpes.
Well, you still cover every inch of your body with latex.
The body condoms.
The body condom.
They exist, people. It's a real thing.
What if it's Lena Dunham? Yes, there are guys out there who are friends with Lena Dunham who would put their dick in her.
Yeah, they're gross.
Just for the abortion rights.
Yeah. Well, she couldn't have that now because she had the hysterectomy.
Right.
But let's get back to that story that was sent in. I'm not sure this is what it's about exactly, but Carpe Donktum, he does a lot of memes online, and he was one of the people who was invited to the White House. He tweeted this out at 3:00 this afternoon. Just a friendly heads up. BuzzFeed is currently in the midst of a moral dilemma about whether or not they should dox me and my family. An act that is now commonly used, arrow in the quiver of the mainstream media. I have respectfully asked that they respect my wishes. Updates to follow. It was at, where is it? 6 hours later when he tweeted this out. The article is up on BuzzFeed now, but not on Twitter yet. Yeah, they actually doxed him.
Of course they did.
Why wouldn't they? They have the power. They have to show you that they're stronger than you.
Yep.
He makes memes that hit the left a little too hard. And yeah, those dirty fucks doxed him for it.
Yeah, that's what communists do. They try and kill their enemies.
I hate these people. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. If you can't argue against me, and the only argument you have is what's your real name, you're a cunt, and you're a moron. And he's a private citizen now. He can sue them. No, he can't. No, he can't. There are very few states where doxing is actually illegal. Did you guys know that? Doxing is not illegal like everybody thinks it is.
No, it's just an amoral thing to do for the most part. If you're not committing a real crime, you don't need to be doxed. So that's the thing is these people can't handle criticism.
Mm-hmm.
So they do what they know they can do and make his life a living hell. Maybe try and get him swatted or murdered. And they feel powerful then. They enjoy that rush of dopamine that they get from being like, haha, I have power over you. And they don't give a fuck if he dies. They will not lose a wink of sleep if it happens. Like, I hate when people say, now he's got to live with what he did. Yeah, if he had a problem with that, probably wouldn't have done it to begin with. Yeah. So, yeah, they don't feel any remorse for this. They'll get mad if it's done to them, though. But that's it. They're a bunch of sociopathic monsters.
Dante says, didn't BuzzFeed decide to run the article without his real name in it? Not the one I saw. Right after he tweeted that, I went and looked up Carpe Donktum and BuzzFeed, and sure enough, it came right up. Maybe they've changed their mind since.
Yeah, but it's too late. There's probably 8 archives of that already. 10 minutes after they put it up, that was backed up by somebody.
And they did it on purpose, though. They did it so that if they put it out there first, they can go, oh, no, but we tried to fix a mistake. We didn't mean to print that. That was the first draft. Somebody in the office messed up, and there'll be a reprimand somewhere.
Yep. And by then, it's already all over QE Farms and 4chan and God knows where else.
Mm-hmm.
And the article's backed up half a dozen sites already. And, yep, they don't give a shit about these people.
The tweet right before that did say, I've heard back from BuzzFeed, and they decided to run the story without including my name. And my family thanks you as well. So maybe was it a false name they put in there? That'd be a weird idea to put it.
Why bother?
Why put a name?
Most likely they told him they weren't going to dox him. They did it anyway, just to mock him.
BuzzFeed, Carpe Donktum. Yeah, I looked this up earlier. Here's the article. On Friday, a pro-Trump cable news channel, One America News Network, aired an interview with a man it identified as Dennis F. Charles, a conservative social media analyst, but that wasn't his real name. In the segment, he was I'm looking through here. Okay, so maybe they did go with the one that was used on the I'm guessing Fox is the channel they're going with. Why would that even be a question? Is my question.
Because
you're right. It's to shut them down.
Yeah, it's they have something over you. It's an extortion racket. Like, oh, it'd be a real shame if your real name got out there, wouldn't it? Maybe you shouldn't make these memes if you know what's good for you. These people are thugs and gangsters. They just do it from a computer instead of going in and breaking legs now. That's all. And of course, they think they're righteous. So that's what gives them the permission to do it. They don't feel as if they're doing anything wrong.
Well, the reason I brought any of this back up is because I saw our old friend Sofane, and I love Sofane, but he responded to somebody on Twitter today who had said that anti-fascists are the real fascists. And his remark to it was, it's scary or something like that people actually believe this, something to that effect. And depending on which version of fascist you look up, they may not be the real fascists, but they certainly enjoy a lot of the fascist tactics.
Yeah, they sure like dressing like fascists.
Yeah,
I couldn't pick them out of a lineup with other fascists. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons I said is because they often, when you're reading definitions of it, it's like right wing.
Right wing in the European sense, not in the American sense. It's a very different thing.
But when it comes to shutting up your opponent, not allowing them to even speak, beating them down so that they take your views instead of arguing against them, that kind of stuff. How do you argue against that? Because what made them fascist wasn't just that. Okay, let's say it was because they were right wing. That's not what made them fascist. It was these strong arm tactics to keep them in line. You don't get to speak against our government. That's where the fascism comes in, you stupid fucks.
Yeah, sadistic atheist said, don't you have a U.S. Journalism Ethics Commission who can fine and sanction these organizations?
No.
Not really, no.
Free press.
Yeah, they get to do this kind of bullshit because it's not illegal.
Prospero says what Fane did to your boy Pat was a deal breaker for me. I know I can't remember what their argument was about.
What'd he do?
He got into an argument with Pat, and I can't remember what it was over.
As I recall, Sofane did around that time say that it was okay to milkshake people.
Is that what? Yeah, it was the milkshake thing. And Pat had made a post about there's a reason why you don't see these little shits coming down to places like Texas and doing their milkshake bullshit.
Yeah. Look at shot.
And I
don't know what's in that shake. Of course I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, especially after the Quick Crete incident.
Yep.
Well, here's something that you'll see online now. You'll see that was debunked. It wasn't. It wasn't. If you go read the Snopes article where it was, this is false. Read through the Snopes article and see where it's actually labeled false. Here's what they claim is making it false. There was a group, I don't know who the fuck they were because I don't care, who was actually handing out milkshakes that day. And they handed out a bunch of them, they said. Bunch of them. And the people who handed them out said they were just milkshakes. That's pretty much it, you guys.
Can confirm. I said it wasn't true.
Don't take food from strangers.
The other part about it is that they claim that, okay, because the reason this blew up as big as it did with the Quikrete thing is because the Portland police themselves came out and said they had reports of there being Quikrete in these things, and that if you had an experience with it, please contact them.
Yeah, and if those shiftless layabout cowards are telling you, maybe you should pay attention.
Well, the story goes that the report came from a Portland police officer who said he smelled something that smelled very much like Quikrete in one of the shakes or something. So that's where it all came from. So is it true? I don't know. Is it absolutely proven false? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You basically have the people who were passing them out telling you, oh, we ain't do that. And that is the debunking. Yeah. Uh-huh.
What, criminals aren't perfectly honest?
It's amazing, isn't it? It's
crazy.
It is. It's like, whew.
Let me make an analogy. Here, take this drink. No, there's no roofies in it.
And you accepted it from Bill Cosby too? Nah, nothing's gonna happen.
Right?
Yeah, so that's where that whole debunking thing came from. It's fucking stupid, man. I don't know if there was Quikrete in those things. But I am tired of hearing that was debunked. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And if you read the Snopes article where everybody's pointing to, it's not. It's literally just the people who are handing them out.
But the fact that a Portland cop said that, or is reported to have said that, is reason enough to be concerned if somebody throws random drinks at you.
Yeah. Well, again, look, I'm of the opinion it's like, okay, that's not the worst thing that could happen is somebody throwing a milkshake on you. It's childish as fuck.
Yeah, but if you still don't know if there's like something mixed in with it, could be acid, it could be any number of things.
Yeah.
It could be an attempt to actually hurt you. There could be marbles hidden in there, ball bearings.
It could be acid. I'm not having anybody throw something at me without retaliation. It's just sorry. I'm going to hit somebody.
Oh, at minimum, yeah. I mean, that's why they don't do this in concealed carry states. It really is.
Yeah.
But back to the Sofane thing, what worries me is he seems to be in apologetics for Antifa more often than not, and they're escalating their behavior. So does he condone what this guy did in, where was it, Washington State or whatever with the Molotovs?
Oh,
is
yeah,
he
Washington
a supporter
State.
of that?
I don't know.
Because he's been apologizing them for months.
Well, that's the weird part to me. He says that he moved away from the skeptics because they lied to him. Okay. I don't know exactly what they lied to him about, but I could see that if, you felt a whole bunch of people were lying to you, moving away from them. And there are a whole bunch of skeptics who I will tell you, I believe are a bunch of liars that did it strictly for the views. Didn't actually believe in any of the things they said. They just heard somebody else say, okay, I'm going to repeat this because it's getting views. But that's not a reason to latch on to Antifa or apologize for those dirt bag shit fuckers. I don't want to see somebody shot for throwing a milkshake. I really don't.
No, but the fear is there, so it's probably going to happen because somebody will get scared that they got hit with acid or Quikrete or something else. Your adrenaline's going, something hit you. The pain doesn't kick in right away. So somebody does their natural reaction when attacked with something and shoots them. I could totally see it happen.
Oh, yeah, I can see it happen. And that's the problem here. You shouldn't be encouraging it or excusing it. They should be, well, for lack of a better word, shamed for the stupid shit they're doing.
Yeah, but the media won't do it. They get apologized for everywhere, and nobody is doing anything. The cops aren't doing anything. Somebody's going to take justice in their own hands. They do this to some like 60-year-old dude that's got some medical issues or something, and he's armed. He's going to shoot one because they're 40 years younger than him, and he's terrified. He's heard all these stories, you know.
Doc Bravo says they have rubber bullets and beanbag shotguns, not lethal and can shoot in the crotch. Yes, the police do. We're talking about somebody packing.
The problem is the police are being told not to do anything at all by their mayors because, if there's a fight, it's just going to get worse. Well, how about arrest them on site for wearing masks when they're not supposed to? Considering a lot of these cities have charters that say you're not allowed to wear masks outside of holidays anyway, cold weather, all that good shit.
Yeah, but the point isn't about the police shooting them. I don't think the police will do that anyway. They won't even arrest them. But some dude, like Jack just said, you're going to throw a fucking milkshake at the wrong person, and they're going to turn around and blast somebody.
Yeah, they're going to have a good defense because they could point to all these other incidents of violence from this group and say, well, look what they've been doing.
And Prospero said they should be arrested since it's assault. Absolutely, they should.
Yeah, but I know people are blaming the higher ups of the police department. I'm sick of that excuse. These cops are cowards. They are not doing their job.
Yep.
Their union isn't stepping up and saying, no, we got to enforce the law. So these guys are all standing around being pussies because they don't want to get involved and do anything. I have no faith that the cops are in any way interested in doing anything to stop Antifa. As far as I'm concerned, they're colluding with them because they're not even trying to put up a protest to it.
Dangerous Spaces,
fuck those cowards.
Dangerous Spaces says, yeah, but they will shoot because the police aren't stopping it like they should be. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Somebody is going to shoot one of these assholes, and that asshole is going to become a martyr, not just for their little Antifa group, but for the press. That person who shoots, you know what they're going to be? They're going to be a horrible Nazi. They're going to be a white supremacist who just was looking to kill an Antifa member.
Yeah, and they'll be doxxed because, and then that guy's life will be ruined, utterly destroyed, probably murdered. And the cops will drag their feet, or the cops will arrest the shooter, and he'll be charged. They'll throw the fucking book at him.
Exactly.
What's that do? It entrenches everyone further.
Yep. For all of you, and I get it. There's people out there. Somebody said, mow down the commies. I get it. I get what you're saying. I get this is why I support, and we talked about this yesterday, why I actually support the Proud Boys rather than somebody blasting these assholes. I want to see them get the shit kicked out of them.
They need a good ass whooping. I think that's going to turn them completely around when they realize, oh yeah, pain hurts.
But if you look what happened with the Proud Boys, what happened? They're racists. They're Nazis. And that's what the press pushed. It wasn't regular people who pushed that shit. It was the press. They're the ones who came out and these guys look at them. They're alt-right Nazis.
Cracked said maybe the cops are waiting for things to get ugly to stimulate change. I disagree with that. I think they're waiting for things to get ugly so they can do a crackdown. And if you want to get conspiratorial, they could declare martial law over that, which would give power to the mayor, who is an Antifa supporter, and would say, hey, we don't have enough cops to handle this situation. We should recruit some people from the community. You know who's organized? That nice Antifa group.
Faithless said Charlottesville was also the fault of the cops letting the two groups collide. Absolutely.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened. And we still haven't heard the fucking end of Heather Heyer. That name has been martyrized in the press since it happened.
You know what's weird? There have been marches to protect that statue since.
Of course, but nobody's gotten out of hand. There hasn't been any crazy violence because the cops actually started doing their fucking jobs. What's going to end up is there's going to be a big fucking riot at one of these. Somebody's going to get shot. Everybody on each side is going to go completely batshit insane, and it's going to be a bloodbath. It'll look like the 60s in Detroit.
Yep. Or Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chicago riots, the Watts riots. Yeah. It'll start looking like a race riot gone horrible, like any summer in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, and Blondie, again, I believe it's your husband or your boyfriend. I'm still a supporter of the Proud Boys. The only one I know is Yosef. He's the only one I've met personally, and I love Yosef. He's great. He's funny as shit. He actually got doxxed by Antifa and lost his fucking job over it.
Yeah,
Black Jew. That's who they went after.
Unicorn hunting. The sadistic atheist brought up the Kent State shooting in 1970. Yep. I think that's bellwether. We're going to see something like that where they call it the National Guard. But what they're going to do is, if it's in a place like California or Oregon where it's heavily blue, they'll have the National Guard go after like the Proud Boys and the right wingers. They're not going to go after Antifa.
Nope.
And somebody will get shot by the National Guard for sure in that situation like that. And how does that look for people that are already? You have people going to these rallies on the right that are rather conspiratorial minded. And this will further entrench them in their radicalization. Look at Alex Jones's audience, man. A lot of those guys are like close to being sovereign citizens as it is. Let's be honest.
Sure.
You get a couple of those crackpots, you're going to have a tower shooter before you know it, because they're going to see somebody get shot that they probably don't even know, and they're going to get shot by a National Guardsman, and it will scare the shit out of a lot of people, especially if they go around seizing guns off of people at these rallies. The National Guard taking people's guns, that could get ugly.
We don't even have to get to that part. How many times have we seen at a rally, nobody on the right, nobody who's standing up for free speech or actually on the right at all are allowed to have any weapons at all?
Yeah.
But you're not taking weapons away from those little fucking Antifa bitches.
That's exactly my point. Like you're going to create the radical movement that you claim you're fighting.
Yep.
And they don't seem to understand that. And
I think they do.
I think they think they're going to be in charge. And they're not. They're going to be lined up and shot too, because the useful idiots and the bread goblins are always the first ones to go with the intellectuals.
I think like the mayor of Portland, he knows exactly what's going on. Or she, I forget if it's a man or a woman.
I think it's a dude. That guy's a piece of shit. I think he's making a power play.
He knows exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question. It's not ambiguous at all. It's they're useful idiots. There's a reason that phrase got termed.
Yep.
And to your point, Jack, I get what you're saying. You know, that when it comes to, in the communist utopia, yeah, you're going to be working a rice field, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
See that into the gulags, man.
I don't think we're even going to get to that point.
I think we're going to see some civil unrest, probably as it gets warmer out, more of these rallies, August, that sort of thing. And for the next couple of years, you're going to see people out in the streets. I think there's going to be a lot of shootings. This is going to get to where it's just semi-organized riots.
I don't even know how organized it's going to be. I think it's just going to be riots. And man, smart move. If you're smart, just move out of Portland. Just get the fuck out of there. Let them have it. Let them have the shithole. I hate these people. How many times can I say that in one night? I fucking hate these people.
It takes a lot for me to hate somebody, but I hate these people too.
Yeah, I get called a conspiracy theorist for my wacky ideas, but
we all know the lizard people are real, Jack. Don't worry about what they say.
Yeah, give it time, man. You'll see the truth. Mayor of Portland's probably got his human face on right now.
I don't think a lot of what's called conspiracy theories are actually conspiracy theories. I think that's an easy way to dismiss things.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And a reason to suppress the idea. I think Evelyn's right. The closer we get to the 2020 election, the more this is going to escalate.
Yeah. Well, that's part of what we just saw with Trump.
Yeah.
There was nothing racist about what he said.
No.
Nothing.
No, but I could see how they could twist it to mean that.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, let's start giving people some credibility for just being goofy old people that don't know how to fucking type. Please. I mean, how many times do we have to see people just misspeaking and make it something nefarious? Give me a break.
There was a picture floating around yesterday of Donald Trump sitting right next to Jesse fucking Jackson while he's reaching over his shoulder to shake Al Sharpton's hand.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a horrible fucking racist, you dumb motherfuckers.
He's a terrible white supremacist because, I mean, his daughter married a Jewish guy. His grandkids are Jewish. It's weird, man. It's weird. I don't know. He seems really good buddies with that guy too. Like, I don't know.
But they're pushing this to the point where it's gonna cause problems.
Absolutely. I mean, look, well, we already saw that guy throwing Molotovs at a propane tank. I mean,
yeah, that was genius, by the way.
Yeah, you get people like that are a little unstable and they buy into this bullshit. They're going to use it to fit their own ends. That guy was trying to suicide by a cop, but I guarantee you he would have done something like this anyway. It just happened to be the narrative he picked up on because that's what they're putting out. So he's like, I'm going to go out a hero.
Speaking of heroes, Evil One is my current hero of the day. Son of a bitch, dude. You know what I like,
right?
Yeah.
Got the 4 brunettes looking
pretty fly. Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's show that first one. I think all her nips and stuff are covered. Yeah, she's covered.
She's fine.
She's got that look of just use me. Just use me. And be like, yeah, I would be happy to.
No, that face is, will you be my daddy?
Well, I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to make it too dirty.
Kind of reminds me of Keira Knightley. You know, with actual meat on her bones, though.
But prettier, yeah. I like Keira Knightley, but that bitch needs to eat. Yeah. Or last time I saw her, that bitch needed to eat.
Yeah, she kind of looks like a bitch, too.
This one or Keira?
Keira Knightley.
Oh, well, yeah.
I've said this many times. I like bitchy women. And somebody said last night, no, but not crazy. No, I like crazy bitchy women. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just like the insane bitch. I like bitches. I like bitches, y'all. I need to get that as a strip. as a strip. Fuck. Somebody just said I need to go to a strip club now. No, that's not what I was trying to say. I need that as a t-shirt. I like bitches. Oh my goodness. Why is a new poll has found a third of young British people think feminism is demonizing and marginalizing men? It is.
That's its only point in the West.
Yeah.
I got into an argument with a feminist the other day. I was like, look, there's no need for feminism in the West anymore.
Monkey, you shouldn't argue with mentally damaged people.
I know. Nice. In fairness to me, I didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah, if you're reduced to microaggressions and air conditioning, you need a hobby because that's trivial. And stop your whining. Go help people in the third world that could use your help.
Faithless says, are you calling Lady Monkey a bitchy woman? No, but she used to be. When we were young, oh my God. And it's just like, my dick is so hard right now. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She used to be. I have said many times, I've married the meanest woman I ever met, and I'm okay with it.
It's so weird thinking of her as being mean.
I know. Look, we got to talk about this. Hang on.
Well, how do you think he keeps, quote, falling down the stairs?
I know, right?
My wife is the sweetest person in the world to everyone else. And she's always been that way. I don't know what it is about me that makes her bitchy to me. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much clashed from the get. Well, we had kind of a weird romance because I was dating somebody else. Oh. And she started sitting with us at lunch, her and a friend of hers. And me and her would flirt back and forth. She actually still has a napkin that I wrote. I don't remember what I wrote on it, but it was a note from me that I passed her in front of everybody right there. But she kept it because it was
What's it say? You're a cunt. Let's bang.
No. But after her and I actually hooked up behind my girlfriend's back, yeah, she just like, fuck, she was bitchy. And it's like, oh, I have to marry this one. This is my princess. This is my woman. And yeah, we married, and yeah, so the rest is history. But yeah, she is nice to everybody except me. And that's all right. That's all right. What about the nipple pinching streams? She seems to get sadistic glee out of those. She does. I wish y'all could see her face.
I know she loves it. We talk about it.
You should see how happy she is. I mean, so much. It's disturbing how happy she is. Anyway, so yeah, new poll apparently found it bothers me that only a third of young people in Britain can see that. Okay, those titties is fake on those Asian girls. No Asian girls got those bigger titties. They just don't. And I don't care if you're an Asian girl in chat, you don't have that big of titties.
Are you talking about the one with the blue bikini and then the 4-person pick?
Yeah. The one from Evolved Potato from 27 minutes ago.
That's Hitomi Tanaka. Those are real.
Those are not real.
I have plenty of links to some porn that you can watch. It'll prove it.
Those are not real.
They're real.
No, they're not.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to have to find you some porn, and I will prove it.
Not real.
They are.
Yeah. I'm going to need to see a timeline of her each year getting bustier and bustier for me to believe that shit.
Wouldn't that be saggier and saggier?
Well, did you see him, Jack?
No, the fucking Twitter sucks. Who sent him in?
Evolved Potato. Just about half an hour ago. She's very pretty, but those is not real titties. No way. Real natural or real not photoshopped? Real natural. Those have some unnatural stuff inside them. Richo says a third isn't a bad number considering they probably asked the question at a university. Well, perhaps. You better read my goodnight comment. It's in my best dominatrix voice. Where did I miss that? Did I miss it, or are you about to do it? I'm not sure I can do your voice justice, Blondie. I feel like that would be a little weird.
A little bit.
Hi, monkey. Yeah, that's not that doesn't do it for me. Anyhow, I'm not seeing those Asian photos. All right, you know what? Everything's covered.
Just go to Evolve's page.
Everything's covered. Here's the picture we're talking about. Those are not real. Those aren't. Them's at the very least they've been photoshopped.
I don't think
they're not photoshopped.
They're not photoshopped because I've seen that chick before. I'm not big into the big boobs, so I usually.
That's my department. That is Hitomi Tanaka.
Oh, I get what you were saying there, Blondie. You better. Okay. Good night, sweetheart. What? Those are not real.
Yes, they are.
No, Asian women can't have big titties. That's science.
Those are only D cups, monkey.
Those are not real.
Yeah, just take like regular D boobs and put them on somebody a foot shorter, and that's what they look like.
Okay, I'm looking at it just from the waist up, so I can't see how tall she is in this picture. All I'm going by is the fact that they're as big as her head.
They are very big.
There are a few Japanese women that have pretty big boobs, like naturally big boobs, but I don't know.
Hitomi Tanaka.
Julia's got pretty large breasts.
Invite her onto the show and ask her.
I could try. I would be happy to try.
Do any of us speak Japanese?
Not enough to get by. I could survive if you drop me off in Japan, but not very well.
Affable Sage says they're real. I've seen pics. You can't see surgery scars. There's surgery that a good surgeon won't leave. The scars would be minimal.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how good they are at that now. I mean, especially in places like Thailand. If you want any kind of work like that done, go to Thailand. You get it done way cheaper, and they're some of the best in the world.
And then afterwards, you can hang out with Epstein.
Yeah, exactly. Although he'll probably be in some pretty sketch areas.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see. I feel like we should do a news story or two here. Not many news stories over on the hashtag, so we're gonna go look elsewhere.
Found it. Sent you a private message.
Meet Ice Bay, Latina Border Patrol officer taking social media by storm. Have you seen this chick?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's cute.
This is Ice Bay. Dear God, grown-ups, can you please start using real words? She's all right. She's not ugly. She's got a rather large forehead. Get some bangs, sweetie.
She's got her hair pulled back for work, so nobody can grab it. But yeah, I don't know. She looks like she's like a 6 or 7 at best. I thought she was okay looking. She's not ugly.
Yeah,
She's a 7 doing some good work. That's all I care about.
She's not ugly.
Nah.
No, but she's not like Ellen Page forehead, you
know. Well, very few aliens have fit in with that kind of head.
Right? I mean, she'll anal probe you for more than one reason. But yeah, this chick looks fine.
Yeah. She's cute. She's all right.
Yeah.
Viral 51 raid amasses 1 million recruits, gets Air Force warning. People, sincerely, this is a joke. Don't go to Area 51 and rush the gate.
Monkey,
you will get.
Why are you trying to stop natural selection? There is clearly a lot of rainbow toast and unicorn toast hidden in Area 51.
You made me look that up today, you asshole. Why is that a thing?
Because millennials are morons.
God.
Yes, but clearly that is stockpiled at Area 51, along with a lot of almond spice latte or pumpkin spice latte and almond butter and some black ice cream. That's all hidden there. So if you want the truth revealed, there's already a thing going around. But do I think it's a good idea? No, but I'm old, so what do I know?
Real quick, I'd like to remind you guys, Monkey in the Morning is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, hit the like button, share it, and if you can, throw shekels at me, Dax, or Jack, or all three of us if you can.
Yeah.
It's Mission Impossible meets Mars Attacks, and it's going down at Area 51. An event called Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop Us All, appeared on Facebook earlier this month, urging alien enthusiasts everywhere to gather for a history-making mission. In the past week, the number of people going has skyrocketed from 300,000 to 1 million, with an additional 918,000 Facebookers declaring they were interested. Quote, we will meet up at Area 51 Alien Center tourist attraction and coordinate our entry, the invite reads.
Yeah, because the feds will never read that.
We can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. If you can move faster than their bullets, you're probably an alien yourself. Bubba Hotep, thank you so much. Don't forget Rainbow Ramen exists. I will go back to my corner now. As well you should. Thank you so much for the donation.
You know where that Rainbow Ramen comes from? Space.
Comes from people eating rainbow toast and pooping.
But it's from outer space. Clearly it's alien rainbow ramen, so go find out the truth, brothers.
The alien attack has established itself as a sort of Burning Man of conspiracy theorists gathering, attracting techies, vapors? Okay.
The vapors.
Memers, millennials, Gen Zers, and even a few eccentric celebs hoping to plug their work for a whole new race of intelligent beings.
Not many of them going there.
Natural selection, dude. I'm telling you.
They can't stop us all. Hashtag Area 51 wrote Game of Thrones actor Liam Cunningham, who knows a thing or two about raids and paranormal invasions. No, he knows about being in movies about them or TV shows about them. Thank you, Bearcock. PSA, be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and blow a guy.
Hey-o.
Fair enough. Seriously, these idiots. How many of these idiots do you think are really going to do this?
100.
Than we think, probably.
I'm going for a solid 100, maybe 3 if somebody brings punch.
Seriously, the last time somebody tried this was back in January.
Yeah, people try this shit all the time, and
you know what happened to him?
He got shot, didn't he?
Got shot and killed. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually the camo dudes, as they're called, come out and arrest people, or chase them off, whatever. But there's always going to be some fucking moron that tries to buck the system and actually get in. And what would you expect to happen? I mean, these people are not smart. I mean, half of them are probably sovereign citizens too.
Richo said this was all set up as a joke, wasn't it? Yes, but there's people who are taking it serious. You can't do this with fucking conspiracy theorists. You can't. You're going to get people killed.
Yeah, this is not the free bleeders and the pools closed. This is actually people that will be dumb enough to do it.
Uh-huh. For the record, guys, if you're sending me any donations on Streamlabs, it's not working. So I'm not getting anything over there. If you are, please let me know in the chat so I can acknowledge it. When memes go wrong, right, Faithless? You fucking morons. Don't do this. You know what you can do? Go to the furthest spot you're allowed to get close to it and actually have a Burning Man there. Just do that. Jesus Christ. I can't even. A teenage girl allegedly knocked out after turning down strangers' advances. Well, that's not cool. A teenager claims she was punched unconscious after telling a group of creepy strangers following her in the street, "I'm sorry, I'm not interested." Gabrielle Walsh, 18, said she was with a male friend in the early hours walking home from a club in Manchester when 3 men approached them. "I'd taken my shoes off, and this guy came over and said, 'I like your feet.' I said, 'Okay,' and we tried to walk away. They kept walking behind, trying to talk to me. Eventually, I turned around and said, 'I'm sorry, I'm not interested.'" Walsh said the ringleader in his mid-20s kept harassing them, even calling her bespectacled pal Kyle McCowan Specky Four Eyes. Does anybody make fun of people for wearing glasses anymore?
I don't know. I'm with Functional, though. Were these men Asian?
Then he probably. Then he hit me. He fully knocked me out, she told the local paper. When I woke up, I was on the floor, and the 3 men had jumped Kyle as well. His glasses were gone. He got cuts and bruises. Warned there was a 2-hour wait for an ambulance, Walsh said she ended up taking a taxi to the hospital. They didn't do much. They basically just gave me some eye drops and told me to go home. Yeah, there's a picture of her eye, man. It's fucked up. That looks like more than a punch, man. That looks like a lot more than a punch, because if you get punched, that is not the part of your eye that would typically get, well, maybe.
Well, if she went unconscious after the first punch, she might not have been awake for future ones.
Fair enough. That is that cut right there. That's like a boxer's cut, but it's usually just a tad bit higher. Damn.
She looks like normally she's probably not too bad looking, but
no.
Were her feet this sexy? I'm not a foot guy, so
just a reminder.
The dude rubbed on her feet.
It's dangerous out there at night, y'all. For men and women.
Yeah, especially around those special, quote, Asian, quote, communities.
I mean, she looks like she got punched in the eye, and the guy might have been wearing a ring or something.
That is like an amazingly round bruise.
She's probably pretty small, though, so that...
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't look very big.
Nut says, poor girl. Yeah, look, hey, as bad as that is, at least that's where it stopped, man.
Speaking of Streamlabs and stuff working, thank you, Josie says, hope they figure out your schedule soon. I miss Dax's downtime. Well, thank you. That was an old one that I didn't get to read. But still, thank you nonetheless.
If they were able to beat up and subdue her little friend that was with her, and they were that interested in her,
I'm
surprised they didn't do anything else to him.
Yeah, black eye's not so bad, not so bad. But yeah, poor girl. I hope she heals quickly.
She heals and hope they find the fuckers.
In Manchester, they could have thrown him in the canal, and everybody would think it was the Manchester Pusher.
Yeah, and start carrying a fork with you because you can't have guns or knives.
Yeah, I got a spoon, a sharpened spoon.
Well, did we ever cover that picture? Hang on just a minute. I want to see if I'm pretty sure I still have it. Why is my computer running slow? Check.
Steam's running.
No, I have Steam turned off.
Oh, you said that last time too, but it was downloading something in the background.
Yeah, but this time it's actually off. And it's not my connection that's running slow. It's the computer itself. Doobie-doobie-doo. Let's see if I can find it. I've started a folder with all of the pictures and stuff that I save, and I have way too much shit in here. I didn't save that one as its own. I think it's still in my. You know what I did say? Booby Fett. She's right there. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. I'm not bringing it up. I'm not pulling it up on the screen. I think Sinatra had sent it to me. Let me find it in here. Y'all talk for a minute while I'm looking for this. Good conversation.
I'm traumatized. I can't.
I saw Evolved Potato put in some nice pictures of tiny Asians again.
Oh, cool.
Those. Thank you, Evolved.
You know how they like their tiny Asians.
Love me some Asians.
Before this, chat, how you guys doing tonight? Is everything going good? Here's what I was looking for. Look at that.
No ID, no sale. That's awesome. Now, is that because they're buying children's silverware or because it has Thomas the Tank Engine on it?
Because it has a knife. It's got that knife right there. And as you can see in the background here, do you see there's another sticker right there. So not like somebody was just fucking around and threw one of those stickers on here. Yeah.
That's just really pathetic.
That is horribly pathetic. Now, I really should save that picture. Why? Lose it again.
Sad UK. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pull that up anytime I want to fuck with any of my British friends. Like, y'all pussies, man.
Yeah, the UK can no longer bitch about us or anything we do. Like, oh yeah, how's that knife license going? Any gardening tools out? There's a deadly trowel shortage.
Just wait, it'll happen.
Oh no, there's already people busted for leaving their gardening stuff out.
Yeah, you got to take care of that stuff.
Yeah, there's even was it one of the police departments posted a photo of some gardening stuff and they said dangerous things recovered or something like that.
Recovered. That means you went to somebody's garden and stole their shit. Shut up.
Yeah, because they left it outside.
There was well, I don't know if it's the same one. There was a picture one time with a couple of little gardening implements. I think there was a small knife in there and a couple, but it was mostly like there was actually one of those a little shovel, a little hand shovel. What are those called? I don't know.
Trowel.
Trowel. Yeah, and it said weapons confiscated this week. I'm like, you robbed the guy who was fixing his garden?
Yeah, I mean that's a dangerous weapon. Like that dude that got arrested for a potato peeler.
Oh yeah,
that was so stupid.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous over there. Like, go fight some real crime, you idiots. It's not like you don't have it over there.
I mean, just to walk in the middle of London, you're bound to see at least 10 crimes going on.
Yeah, or maybe stop all the grooming gangs that are raping your children.
The one police department over there, the one that gets in so much trouble, they actually tweeted out one time, which area of the city should we patrol tonight?
I remember that.
Like, basically telling criminals where to go.
Yeah. Here's where we'll be. You be anywhere else.
Patrol the Upper East Side. We'll be over on the west.
Mr. Dax makes a good point. That potato peeler could have killed Kevin Logan.
Indeed. Or
I
at
don't
least
think they were hunting him, though.
Or at least severely harmed him. Did you guys see the joke that Monica Lewinsky cracked on Twitter the other day?
No.
It was somebody posted, what is the worst career advice you ever got? And she responded, an internship at the White House will be amazing on your resume.
I mean, it was amazing on her dress.
Like, at least she's starting to get a sense of humor about it.
No, she has to at this point. You might as well just move into the meme and people will cut back.
Damn right.
Let me ask you this. You're a boss, right?
Thank
Monica Lewinsky comes in when she was younger, right after she left the White House. She applies for a job. You give it to her, right?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Be like, I have cigars.
She does have a good track record for doing everything and going above and beyond what her boss says.
She stays late and willing to get down on her knees and scrub out some tough jobs.
Yeah. Although she doesn't get rid of everything when you tell her to throw something away.
Yeah, don't send her for dry cleaning. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Faithless says she was a little chunker. She was still cute. Come on.
And
she was kind of cute.
She was fat.
She got skinnier.
Jack, you think everyone's fat?
No, I don't think everyone's fat. Just the fat chicks.
Jack, you hate me because I'm fat?
No, I don't hate you. You're a dude.
Just the ones who weren't in a concentration camp.
Ooh.
No, that's not true. They just have to hit the gym occasionally and not be like blubbery whales. Fat chicks are a lot like dudes. I don't want to have sex with them. It's nothing personal.
She was not all that fat.
She wasn't all that thin either. I'm just saying, if you put a white and black dress on her, I'd mistake her for a loose cow.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
It's just the way my mind works. I'm sorry. There are people I'm just not attracted to, and you can't Riley Dennis me into finding her attractive.
Okay, seriously though. She blows her boss and you wouldn't hire her even being a little chunky. I'm not saying fuck her. Just tickle the back of her throat.
Nope, not interested.
Wow. You're hardcore.
Yeah, you're missing out on a free thing. I mean, a good thing.
Well, until she Me Too's you 20 years later.
Now, you can't tell your wife you hired her. Can't be like, honey, I hired Monica Lewinsky today.
That's who I hired at work. Yeah, I don't want to get murdered in my sleep.
She's like, no, you didn't.
I'm not even married, and I know that's a ridiculous idea.
But I mean, let's say you're a single guy. Yeah, you hire her. You just make sure she has knee pads when she starts.
Jesus.
OSHA.
I'm not gay. I just don't like fatties. I'm sorry.
No, he still likes vagina.
Yeah, I don't like fat chicks or dudes. It's nothing personal, just not my thing. Everybody's got their own thing. You're attracted to who you're attracted to, and I happen to like tiny Asian women. Occasionally a white chick, but
I like women. From there, it depends on the woman, really. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Lindsey Graham tells Trump to knock it down a notch. Yeah, he really needs to. Somebody needs to. Man, Trump, man, how can you fuck that up? How can you fuck that up? AOC claps back at Lindsey Graham over communist charge. She is a communist. I'm getting tired of them being called socialists. Stop it. They're little fucking communists. They're not talking about giving control of the company to the workers. They're talking about taking all the money and just redistributing it among the population. It's basically communism. Stop it. I've had a few people get mad at me on Twitter, and one or two in the comments here. Like, you just say communism and it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it does if you're paying the fuck attention. These are little dirty commies. And whoa, man, what the hell is that? Hang on a second. I got distracted by flesh. No, that's not what I was looking at. Yeah. Sexy at 58. Who is that?
some dude.
No, it's a chick. She's a swimsuit model.
At 58?
Hang on a second. Thank you on the Streamlabs, Terry Diamandis, for the donation. Grooming gangs do what to children? Why are they named as if you go around giving people haircuts?
Right?
It's to dress it up.
Now, I don't know who this is, but I feel like they're cheating. Do you see how? Oops. Do you see how washed out her face is in that picture?
Yeah.
But look at that.
Wrinkles.
Look at that V where her crotch should be, man.
Well, she's very athletic. You could tell by her abs.
Very athletic doesn't make your puss go away.
It's not gone. It's just hidden under that swimsuit thing.
That's gone, man.
Pretty sure those boobs are fake.
Like she's been scooped out.
Nah,
What the hell happened to your vagina?
It's probably there under her penis.
Ew.
Huh. And I'm not saying she's ugly at 58. I mean, yeah, she looks good for 58, even being washed out like that. But come on.
Yeah, she looks real good for 58, but
all those rags use Photoshop. Of course they do. Yeah. Well, all magazines do. None of them fuckers. None of them do it proper. None of them just take a picture anymore. It's the latex panties, maybe, and it is pulled really, really tight, I guess. But I mean, that was disturbing. There was an actual V shape missing there. There should be some lips and some in a clit and something. I mean, that looked like it was covering just a giant hole. And at 58, maybe it was. Speaking of giant holes, did y'all see Tana Mojo is turning 21?
Who?
Tana Mojo.
She's still alive?
Yeah, she's actually married. She's engaged to one of the Paul brothers.
That's gonna be dumb children, isn't it?
I think it's Jake. Yeah, she's married to one of them, but apparently she's got billboards up all over LA telling people about her birthday. This is Tana Mojo, the white chick who grew up in the United States and threw a fit because iDubbbz went to one of her fan things and hugged her and said, "Say
that
nigger."
one. I remember that now. I forgot that was her name.
And then after that came out, everybody's like, because she's like, I can't believe he said that to me. People went and dug up where she had said it a whole bunch of times. And her excuse was, I didn't know that was a bad word back then.
Okay.
You're a white chick who grew up in the United States and you didn't know you weren't supposed to say the N-word? Really? Really?
Well, she's not real smart.
Martin says the TanaCon fiasco was fun. It was. I didn't go, but it was fun to watch.
Oh, I'd have gone to that. It sounded hilariously bad.
Oh, it did, man. The only problem was they had people standing outside in the sweltering heat for like 12 fucking hours.
Yeah, and then nothing. They didn't even get to go in.
Yeah. iDubbbz is one funny. Insert swear word here. Fucker. That works. iDubbbz is funny. I like him. I think he's hilarious. And Peter says, say nigga. No, he did hard R. And the reason I think he did that was because, in the videos that were dug up, she was dropping hard R's, man. I lived in Aussie my whole life. If I came to the U.S., even I know not to use that word, right? For the most part, and even these days, now you can't even. It used to be, at least if you're talking about somebody else saying it, it wasn't such a bad deal. But then you had the dude at Netflix who got fired for it.
Yeah, and Papa John.
Yeah, the guy at Netflix, he was actually talking about programs that might use that word. And they're like, oh, he said that word. Like, I wasn't saying the word, you dick. But yeah, he ended up fired of it. And Papa John's, that was the same thing. Is he was talking about somebody else saying it. He wasn't saying it. He wasn't calling anybody it. He just, sorry. You said that word. It is the word who shall not be named. It is the dumbest shit ever.
Yep, it's the Voldemort of words. It's sort of like the old days when you couldn't say certain words because they would summon the devil. Yes, power.
Yeah. You had to say God bless you so that the demons that came out when you sneezed. Papa John got fired for listing words that won't be tolerated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was pretty impressive. You got fired for saying the words that you couldn't say.
Judge Death says context doesn't matter. Goodbye. It doesn't anymore. It doesn't,
Nope.
and it should.
No, and it's ruining people's lives over trivialities. It's ridiculous.
It was great, though. I mean, iDubbbz got away with it, which is interesting.
Well, it's because nobody likes Tana Mojo.
Well, that's true. Because she's a dirty e-thought hoe.
Yeah, and she's pretty dumb.
She is. We celebrate dumb people. You know, was it on this show or was it on Bear's show? I can't remember which. We were talking about why Casey Neistat is famous.
Ugh, I can't even fathom why.
I don't know.
It's easy.
Is it a diversity program for gremlins?
No, you know why Casey Neistat is famous? The same reason the Kardashians are famous. They have a lot of money, and people like to watch people with a lot of money.
Yeah, but he doesn't do any. Like, he's really boring. He's not interesting, but he's safe. Like, he doesn't do anything that would really violate the rules.
No, but you know what he does do? Show off all his neat toys. Show off his lavish lifestyle.
Ugh.
He just had pictures up on Twitter the other day of him coming back from Nantucket. And his beautiful... Yeah. What's that?
I knew a man from Nantucket.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, if my ear were a cunt, I would fuck it. I learned that when I was like in 3rd grade. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know. These people are parasites on not only the internet, but on society as a whole, because they contribute nothing. They have no aspirations to contribute anything, and they think they're way more important than they are.
But, do you remember Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's look at all this beautiful stuff you'll never have.
Yeah.
And people like to watch that for some reason. There's some people who've never seen Casey Neistat. The first time I saw Casey Neistat, I'd heard his name before, but it was when he came out and told people to vote for Hillary Clinton, which blew up spectacularly in his face. MTV Cribs, that's another one, Bubba Hotep. Absolutely.
Yeah, the first time I saw Neistat, he was trying to steal a candy bar from Luke Skywalker on Dagobah. And R2-D2 zapped him. And he's like,
He actually looks like a cartoon character that used to be, 17th Street Surf Shop in Virginia, down at the Strip. They had 4 or 5 little cartoon characters they had, and they had one who was named Booger. And he looks exactly like Casey Neistat. Every time I see Casey, that's what I think of.
We found your dad, Casey.
We found him. He was a cartoon character for 17th Street Surf Shop.
I always thought he looked like one of those trolls that would have the little gem in their belly with the big poofy hair you could play with. Remember those? From like
yeah.
Yeah, he looked like one of them. And I just imagine people rub his belly for good luck.
I thought Monkey was going to call him a Hey Arnold reject. No, that was that chick from the the one that got mad at what's his name? Donnie. The guy who he did the Twitter post where he shows the picture of the chick, and then his reaction, he's like, ooh, and then the second one was him seeing the same picture and down below saying pre-op tranny, yes, there's and then a eggplant, and then the next one was him walking away like no thanks, and a whole bunch of I just said tranny. Oops, I'm sorry, YouTube. I didn't say
about his car.
Yeah, I was talking about my car. Transsexual, transgender. But he got in a lot of trouble with some transgender people, including this one I've never heard of, and I'll never remember her fucking name. But he said she looked like the sloth character from
Goonies?
Ice Age.
Oh.
And I was like, no, that bitch looks like a reject from Hey Arnold. She really did. Prospero says 17th Street Surf Shop. Damn, dude, I haven't been there in years. Me neither. I haven't been there in a long time. But yeah, they used to be a big thing. Yeah. That used to be the big thing when I was in middle school, man. Everybody wanted 17th Street stuff. That's the chick from Game of Thrones that looks like Sid. No, that's not. No. No, I'm the person that looks like Sid. That's a transsexual. I'm fairly certain. But yeah, Donnie got a whole bunch of shit from that, and I know his channel name is Donnie. You should look him up. He did a great video on it. It was really funny. He did a follow-up post on Twitter where he told everybody, thank you so much. Because of you, I got kicked out of my house and lost my spot on my team. And a whole bunch of like, that's what you get. And then at the very end of his video, it was, oh, by the way, I was lying about that, you dumbasses. Yeah, that didn't happen. Never heard of 17th Street Surf Shop. It's a surf shop in Virginia Beach down at the Strip on 17th Street, believe it or not, because the streets are all first, second, third, all the way up to God, I forget how many streets it goes up to. Remember Stussy? No. Anybody know what Stussy is?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, I got away from what I was actually trying to talk about. the people like Jake Paul and Tana Mojo and Casey Neistat, they don't offer anything, but they show people a life they want to live, I guess. Like that's Jake Paul doesn't do anything. He runs around yelling real loud and showing off expensive shit that he's got that you'll never have. And people watch it, man. At least with PewDiePie. I'm not the biggest PewDiePie fan, but at least he's, he actually makes content. He talks about stuff. He still plays games from time to time, but I mean, the fuck? I don't get the people who watch these other things. It's like, oh look, Casey Neistat's flying first class to China in a special bubble that's just for him. Like,
made out of Chinese parts.
Yeah. Stussy is pronounced the same as pussy. It's a surf company from memory. Oh, I'm not familiar. Thank you, Bearcock. When you are sitting on the john and the toilet paper is gone, be a man, use your hand. Well, that's why you got a sink right there next to you to wash your hands. Or if you'd like to save time, just shit in the sink. Yeah. They are retarded. Tanya. By the way, that's Tana. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with your parents and their spelling ability. Jake Paul and his brother too. England is a city. No, a country. Stupid people. Not a country. Stupid people. Did they think it was a country or a city? I'm sorry. England was a city.
Would you be surprised if they did?
No, I really wouldn't.
I mean, they probably were busy making rainbow toast.
Oh, God.
And they were like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to talk about the country of London in the city of England.
Somebody told me that the way they color that is they use milk with food coloring. It looked thicker than that to me. Somebody else said cream cheese.
It's fucking gross.
Mr. Moo says England is my city in quotes, so I'm guessing that's what they said. Yeah, sounds about right. Man, I don't want to talk about these idiots, but yeah, Tanya Mojo, which is actually, was it Tana Mogan? I forget how Mogu should be how it's said. She's turning 21, y'all. On her billboards that are around town. There's a 3-layer cake next to her, and it says, "I'm finally legal." Like, no, bitch, you've been legal for 3 years. Now you can finally
drinking.
I said you can finally legally drink, but you've been legal for 3 years. When you say somebody's legal now, that you're usually not talking about their ability to drink. It's usually your ability to put your penis in them. You know, turning 18. Tanya is a dumb bimbo. She really is.
Yep.
And I hope her and Jake have like 15 different kids, because I'm fairly certain that they will just implode on that amount of stupid will just implode on itself. It'll be amazing to watch.
Nah, it'll be amazing when one of them comes out black and Jake still thinks it's his.
Jordan says, so if I dip my toast in Fruity Pebbles, it'll become rainbow toast? Yes, from what I'm hearing. Oh, I'm sorry. It says I'm legal bitches is what the cake says. Ramen, I feel like you're really on the train there. It's from one of the Paul Brothers songs. One of the fat guys said it. I don't know anything about the Paul Brothers other than their names, and I've seen a couple of their pranks that they did, like the one where Logan pretended to get shot in front of children. Yeah,
Stupid.
But the real problem on YouTube is that we make fun of people.
And what about that prank where you found a dead body in the suicide forest?
Oh, yeah. There was one that I think it was Jake did where he pretended to kill someone. And you can tell by the horrified screams, this guy actually thought that shit was happening. Which is, that's not cool, man. But yeah, I say fuck too much. That's the problem with YouTube. You guys are fucking assholes. So on the drama front, I don't talk about drama much anymore. Mostly because I only keep up with it tangentially. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's often times I go to say big words. I'm like, that ain't right. But tangentially so. But there's one going on right now with I Am Alex. I don't know if you guys know who this guy is.
Oh, is that the idiot that Ari Bear was making fun of?
Probably.
He looks like a little Weasley guy.
Oh, he is a little Weasley guy, and he has a giant fucking tongue. And for some reason, he talks. He needs to keep that mouth just shut. But he's accusing somebody of being a rapist, and he's doing it because the guy's girlfriend came out and said he's a rapist.
Well, he should probably pay attention to Vic Mignogna's lawsuit.
Right. So there's that going on the YouTubes if you guys are interested in the drama stuff. What else is going on? I just have bullet points at the moment. The Mumkey Jones thing is still getting worse. And I've seen all kinds of videos about him now. Mumkey, for those of you who don't know, built up a really successful channel. Was it 175,000 subscribers?
Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, it's pretty high, whatever it was.
And he made interesting content. He was funny, at least. And then he pissed it all away for a furry who likes to bang 15-year-old boys. Yeah. And now it's not, if you watch him, it really, really looks like this dude's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, I think that started after he lost his YouTube channel.
I mean, that's a lot of work gone.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel actually started around the same time he was starting to bang this horrible chick. So he lost most of his friends, the co-host to his stream, his house, his girlfriend, his channels. He had two big channels. All all within the course of a year. And most of it with like in the last 6 months or so. And you find out that the girl that he cheated on his very beautiful girlfriend with is a furry who's been banging a 15-year-old and started grooming the kid when he was 14. That he had her come out to visit him when his girlfriend had to go. He actually fucked her in his girlfriend's bed.
Lou, that's just no.
Yeah. The reason I'm interested in ones like this, it's very much the reason I'm interested in like Worski. These are these tales of these guys who they get big, right? Mupke, by his own words, had everything he wanted. Everything he wanted. And he pissed it away for a cheap piece of ass. I make jokes, all the time about, I'd bang that. I'd fuck that. The only person I'd actually fuck is my wife, because I don't want to lose everything I have. I don't want my friends to hate me, my wife to hate me, my children to hate me. I made a promise.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're not an idiot.
I try not to be. I see these people who they get these huge channels, they build them up, and then they just like, it's like, let's see if I can set this on fire. I feel bad for him, man. But in the same vein, I don't feel bad for them because they do it to themselves. Really stupid shit.
Yeah, it's hard to justify the stupidity of what they're doing, because a lot of these guys just have no common sense or very poor impulse control. And sometimes that's what gets them popular. They're outspoken, they do impulsive, stupid things, videos, whatever. And that's how they get popular. But then it goes to their head and they continue to do that and fuck up their lives. It's amazing. It's the same thing with like the NBA and NFL players that get really rich really fast, then they're broke within a year of being out of the sport.
Well, I also think it's very much like actors. You see a lot of them who will like just completely fuck up their career with drugs when they're on like a popular TV show or something.
Yeah.
It's oof. Captain Tripper says, I wouldn't wish fame on my worst enemy. I don't think you can blame fame. I really don't. I think it's the people.
Yeah, it's a personality thing, because some people can handle it and others can't. And they have good ways of dealing with being around celebrity effectively. And they have good coping mechanisms or support from their family and friends. They have close-knit relationships. Other people don't have that. They haven't learned how to deal with situations that are stressful or impulse control. And it's frightening, because you could really watch people ruin their lives that way.
Well, the one that always comes to mind, and he did have a little bit of a scandal, but Harrison Ford. This man has been in Hollywood, 50 years now?
Long time.
Yeah.
And I think the only scandal he had was when he was banging, what's her name?
Callista Flockhart. Didn't they get married?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're still married.
Which still doesn't excuse the fact he was cheating on his wife with her. But, I mean, that's it. Everything, otherwise he's a normal guy, for all we see. Because he does his job and then he goes home.
Yeah. I know, he's got that weird earring.
Oh yeah, he did get an earring. Didn't he get that right after they got together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of those sad, like, midlife crisis kind of things.
Hey, compared to ruining your whole career, that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's pretty tepid. But he also separated himself from a lot of the Hollywood crap. Like, he doesn't even live in the Hollywood area. He lives in Wyoming on a ranch.
And he's really smart.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, like look at Peter Weller. He retired from acting. He was in a bunch of big movies like RoboCop and stuff like that. He teaches at the University of Texas, I think it is. He's a professor out there. And I would be like, oh my God, RoboCop's my teacher.
I mean, he's really done only one major movie in the last 10 years, and that was the second Star Trek movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So some people are really experienced, so they get good advice. I'm telling you, they're grounded. They got good head on their shoulders, support systems, good loving marriages, that sort of thing. So other people just can't hack it.
This is a problem with YouTube right now, and it's not just YouTube; it's Instagram. Anywhere you want to be an influencer, you know what you're supposed to do?
Not call yourself an influencer because you sound like an idiot.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Well, there is that, but no, you move to LA because that's where all the influencers live, you guys.
Yeah, and then you can all be friends, and you can network.
Then you can watch your life spiral out of control, along with the idiots you've attached yourselves to.
Exactly. Which that's another reason it reminds me so much of Hollywood. It's like they're trying to follow suit, basically. Captain says, I got Twitter for the first time today just to follow you and send an article.
Oh,
I'm too old for this crap. No, you're not. I'm 44 and I can do it. It's a lot of fun once you get to when you realize what exactly it is. The hell is this? I don't know. Okay. And the last thing I do want to talk about is because I told you, I think yesterday, Jack, maybe it was yesterday, I can't remember, that I started watching Razor Fist video on how Hollywood has always been a bunch of commies.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit in there that I didn't know before, which is one of the reasons I like watching Razor Fist. He's a smart guy. He does very good research when he's doing his stuff. I'm just not sure I'm convinced so many movies are commie propaganda. But I'm not convinced they're not either. And now I look at everything in Hollywood and I'm like, I wonder if that's commie propaganda. And I'm not sure how I'm going to take that. But the other thing I watched, Jack, was his newer video about how comic books sucked in the 90s.
He might be wrong on that one.
Yeah, it depends what part of the 90s and what publisher.
Well, a lot of what he talked about was how there was a lot of, he talks about the comic gold rush.
Yeah.
Which he's absolutely right on. Absolutely right. Where they told people, buy these comics, you're gonna end up being rich and set for life if you buy these.
It's an investment.
Yes.
Yeah, the speculator boom. Yep.
But moreover, he's talking. He talked about like the death of Superman. He's like, this was just shit. Remember, this is part of the story that Batman v Superman was based on. Which I'm not sure is quite fair.
No, I would say it was more based on the Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
With like elements. There's some like inspiration, but you don't have to have actually read any of those for the death of Superman stuff they used.
I have trouble arguing with him about the 90s because it was the early 90s when I stopped reading comic books because of the Clone Saga. You know what? The Clone Saga sucked ass. And then I was really excited for McFarlane's Spider-Man, which is still visually fucking beautiful. But the stories aren't all that much.
No, they're pretty mediocre. That's the thing is that.
But the art is amazing. Now, if you're comparing today to, especially some of the stuff you guys have shown, that fucking G.I. Joe comic.
Yeah.
That compared to pretty much anything that was made in the 90s. Yeah, the 90s look spectacular by comparison.
Yeah.
But Prospero says, so about that not going for 2+ hours. I said not
at the 2 hour mark.
I said not going 4 hours. That's what I said.
4 hours.
But I am really curious, Jack. Is it fair to say that we remember the 90s with a bit more nostalgia because of how sucky comics are now?
No, I don't. I don't think that's entirely fair because like DC had some really good creatives that Marvel fired. They moved over to DC and were doing amazing things on Detective Comics and the Batman. Like they had Chuck Dixon on most of the Batman books. And then Doug Monk took over on Detective Comics with Kelly Jones. And those were solid because they gave us a lot of really good storylines in the mid to late 90s and early 2000s that were basically the safe harbor. But Marvel's was sucking it up pretty bad. But even the knockoff artists they got after the guys left for Image, they were still better than the garbage fire that we're seeing now.
Oh, they suck so bad now.
The detailing level, especially if you look at the line work, a lot of what we're seeing now is digital work based off of 3D models or traced photographs. The backgrounds are traced photographs, and the positioning, you can tell they're doing 3D models, or they're taking pictures of action figures and tracing over them. So I would say that he's right in one sense that the speculator thing is going on again now. People, they're trying to get you to pay $8 for a comic book because it's some so-called milestone. And yeah, they're fleecing you the same way they did in the 90s. But I would say quality-wise, he's wrong. A lot of the books from Marvel were terrible, but Dark Horse was in its prime back then. You had the Predator and Alien books coming out, Colonial Marines, Hellboy, stuff like that. Was
Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire. All that stuff was coming out of Dark Horse. There were a lot of independent books that were really good. Not Image, because those stories blew. But the writing and art was definitely better back then, even as dated as some of it is compared to now. If you go back and read one of those McFarlane books of Spider-Man, and you pick up a current Spider-Man book, I can almost guarantee you that no matter what dated references they have, you're still gonna see that the 90s stuff had more talent applied to it than the modern stuff.
Well, in fairness, and I need to be clear about this, he wasn't saying today doesn't suck. He's just saying that they still sucked back then.
I think he's looking back with some anger glasses as opposed to nostalgia glasses.
Ruby quartz as opposed to rose colored.
Yeah, because he's got the
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
His cubic zirconium goggles. I think he's mad about getting fleeced on some $4 books 20 years ago. Because like Avengers, every couple months would have a foil embossed cover. You had like the Razor line all had embossed issue ones, and they were $1.95 or $2.50. And yeah, there was stuff like that out there, but there was also like Malibu, which was using some public domain stuff. Circa Zero Savage Dragon was published by Image, and that just turned into a creepy porno book in the last 10 years. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was a scam back then. But if you were buying as a speculator, you weren't buying to collect and read comics anyway. You were buying to profit off of them. So I think he's just looking back with some anger glasses. There's a lot of good stuff coming out of DC and Dark Horse and Malibu and a couple of the other smaller publishers at that time.
Fair enough. And there's one more thing I want to hit on. We talked about it yesterday briefly. There was that girl who was killed by the guy, and he put the pictures up on Discord and Instagram. I don't know his name. I don't care about his name. Her name was Bianca Devin. There were a whole bunch of people who, if you want to make a video about the subject, that's cool. It's news. But there's a whole bunch of people like the full video on my page. If all you're doing is showing how this woman died to get attention for yourself, go fuck yourself. Like right in the ass with the biggest object you can find.
Well, they're not even posting video of that incident. They're posting other videos that they're claiming to be that. It's sick either way. And it's lazy, shameless cash grabbing. That's not how you grow a channel.
Oh, it's not even just a channel. I mean, there's people doing it on Twitter. Like, follow me on Twitter to see the full thing. Like, you disgust me.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Find the biggest, squarest object you can find and shove it right up your ass. I hope bad things happen to you. And with that, chat, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the donations. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate them. Dax, anything you'd like to share?
Not tonight, my friend.
All right. And Jack, anything you'd like to shell out today?
Nope. Thanks for coming out. Wednesday I'll be on Polydub's channel, I guess. So.
All right. And tonight we're going to be on Scribe Light's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night. No game stream tonight with me and Satsu. I might do some simming. We'll see what happens. So follow me on Twitter. Follow these gentlemen on Twitter. Links are below to find out where we are and when we are. Thanks for coming, everybody. Dax, Jack, thank you for joining me. Everybody, have a wonderful Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll see you next time.
Let us.
Bye, everyone.